Hello ladies and gentlemen, and Zelda fans alike. I have a video for you. Basically, this was a research project for my English class. And basically how we're going to get started is I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the research question is. And basically that question is, I want to know how Zelda games fit together. For decades, people have been stomped by the mysteries and awesomeness of Zelda games, and I would like to personally know how they go together. I'm not too sure if Nintendo even plans on doing something like this, or even if the games go together at all, but they seem like they could very easily, because there's a lot of hints and stuff in a lot of the games that show that they could connect together. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've interviewed a few people around the campus of my school. And a second question I want to know is, how much do people even like these Zelda games? I mean, I know that they're pretty big, but I want to know how Nintendo has impacted most people with these games, and so we're going to go ahead and get started. My first question for people was, did they grow up with Zelda? This was some of their answers.
Yeah. We grew up in the Dark Fortresses of our basement with it.
Did you grow up with Zelda games?
Basically, I've played Zelda ever since it came out on Nintendo 64, and then after that was my first ever Zelda game, except for the Mario, or game in general, except for the Mario one that came in Nintendo 64. So I would say I kind of grew up on Zelda.
So did you grow up with Zelda games?
Yeah, kinda.
So did you grow up with Zelda games?
No.
How many have you played?
One.
So did you grow up with the Zelda games?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many have you played?
About 4.
So as you can see, most people have grown up with these games, and it has impacted quite a few of them. So this would lead me to assume that most people know what Zelda is, and it's a pretty cool game. One of my next questions that was pretty simple for people was, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did they like it?
Like a 17.
10.
Really?
The other ones were like 8.
Cool.
Probably an 8 at least. Definitely a 10.
Definitely 10.
Yeah, I thought they were better than Mario, which, is Super Mario. He wasn't that super.
Yeah.
Definitely better.
So as we can clearly see, we definitely have some Zelda fans on campus. This brings us to our next question, which was if they themselves even wonder if any of the games link together. So let's go find out. Have you ever wondered how the games fit together as far as the timeline goes?
Yeah, I've wondered that. So that one of those, I don't know, like the actual one, I'm still waiting for Nintendo to release it, but I've seen like a couple, and I kind of agree on a lot of them, but I haven't found one that I completely, just absolutely know that that's it.
Right. Just simply asking around campus, there wasn't actually that many people who wondered if the games come together, and actually the main problem was that most of these people haven't actually themselves played all of the games, and I haven't, but I've played most of them. I've done quite a bit of research on the subject, and I've come upon so many YouTube videos and so many like essays and whatnot on the internet about the subject, and I begin to wonder if it's just simply the die-hard fans, which it probably is, because most people who play Zelda just play Zelda to have fun. So, have you ever wondered how those piece together, or just since you've played the newer ones, you're not really too concerned about that?
No, not really.
So, do you ever wonder how maybe these games piece together? Like if there's some sort of link between all of them?
No.
No?
No, I just played to have fun.
Just played them,
No,
yeah.
I didn't get into it that much.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered how they might piece together somehow?
Yeah, I've gone on YouTube and watched theories.
Yeah.
about how they could probably all be linked together.
So now that we have this established, basically what I can tell you, this timeline is very complicated because there are almost like 15 games over the past 25, 26 years of Zelda, and it has been confirmed by the actual creators that there is a timeline. They're just not ready to release it yet. We still have some newer games to come out, and there's still just too much that's missing. So one of the biggest things that we can do now, just as simple fans, is just see if we can put what we have now together. Alright, so basically what we can go with now is just simply release dates of the game. And there was a lot of people, when the games first started coming out, believed that this is how the game's pieced together. It was just, linear, date after date, and that each game was a sequel to the previous game, which isn't necessarily true at this point, according to some of the fans, because the stories just don't line up at all with a lot of these games. But a lot of these games do fit together pretty smoothly. It's just a matter of what's a prequel and what's sequel. In fact, most people's timelines would probably look something like this. As you can see, for most of you people, this probably doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because most of you probably never played the games. But it seems that most people would find that newer games are prequels to other games, and vice versa. And it just depends on, according to story, and sometimes even simple gameplay as to where stuff goes. Basically, Ocarina of Time, most people out there believe that the Ocarina of Time, which came out in 1998 for the Nintendo 64, had an ending that made a split, which you can see here. There's two different lines, so there's almost like two different realms of Zelda games going on here. And so basically, this is what we get from most fans, and myself included. I haven't played all of the games, so I don't know if this timeline is 100% accurate or not. Most likely not. There seems to be flaws in almost everybody's timelines, because if you post a timeline on YouTube, most likely someone's going to get heated up and start yelling at you. I mean, that's just how it is for most people. But basically, this is what I have found over research and gameplay, and so far a lot of it makes sense, and I encourage everyone to just go play the Zelda games. Mainly, I would prefer you to start with the Ocarina of Time, which was for the Nintendo 64, because that game is probably my favorite, and as you can see here, it's probably everybody else's favorite as well. What is your favorite Zelda game?
Either Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess.
What was your favorite Zelda game?
I'd definitely have to say Ocarina of Time. It's just the classic game that really got Zelda on its way.
Well, it's alright if you don't have a favorite one. I'm sure they're all good.
Ocarina of Time, maybe?
So yeah, just go check these games out, go play them, have fun. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.
Hawaiian Punch.
I went down to the gym.
everything. Mountain Dew, Code Red,